Hey, 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 Mr. Manly here with lesson number 227 in How to Be Manly. Yeah, it's tax season, not exactly everyone's favorite time of year. My accountant, Saul, notified me he's leaving the business, but his daughter, Sarah, will be taking over. An informal meeting was made for us to meet last Tuesday. When we met, she was stunning, with jet black hair pulled back in a bun, wearing a classic suit that was well tailored to her. She was professional and told me she'd reviewed my past taxes and assured me she'd do a competent job. That's when I agreed to her services. As she poured us a glass of red wine to secure our business friendship venture, as she put it, we touched glasses, and it was like kismet. Trying to stay in Sarah's arena, I knew I had to ask her what drew her into accounting. She said, I like numbers. It gets my blood boiling, and I also like doing liquidations, and my favorite is a sole proprietorship. The one in charge who will not take no for an answer. Well, I knew I could fulfill all of these draws and do so in a manly manner. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, follow along in your manly manual, page number 227, and repeat after me. Number 1, you like numbers? How do you fancy 69? That ought to get your blood boiling. Number 2, liquidations. Sarah, allow me to liquidate in your holdings. Number 3, let me be your sole proprietor. And tonight, you'll be shouting, yes, yes, yes. Soon after, as Sarah reaches her boiling point and grabs you by your holdings that will no longer liquidate, while you're screaming in a shrill voice, no, 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 you'll realize just what kind of man you really are. Until next time, this is Mr. Manly saying be manly and good day.
Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Prince Harry will attend King Charles's coronation, but Meghan Markle will not. Charles says that if Meghan wants to explain her decision not to attend, he's all ears. Arnold Schwarzenegger helped patch a pothole in his neighborhood. It's nice to hear a story about Arnold plugging holes that doesn't end in secret child support payments. Yesterday was Thomas Jefferson's birthday. Sadly, more than half of Americans think his wife's name was Wheezy and they lived in a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in Monday for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
All the time, and you know they're dead wrong. I'm here to back you up. Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector. There's nothing to do in Northeast PA. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. There are tons of cool things going on in Northeast PA. In fact, as we head into the weekend, here are 3 cool things happening this weekend in Northeast PA. Number 1, Friday night in Waverly, Lackawanna County at the Waverly Community House, the Northeast Pennsylvania Film Festival, opening night and filmmaker reception. All starting in the auditorium at the Community House at 6 p.m. An evening with Josh Fox, an Emmy Award-winning writer and director, and there's a sneak peek, a secret screening of a work-in-progress feature film that he's working on. Plus a Q&A afterwards moderated by Julie Sidoni. A little culture in your life would be a good thing. Friday night, Northeast PA Film Festival, opening night and filmmaker reception at the Waverly Community House. And if you're thinking, okay, Prospector, you found 1. No, I found 2. In fact, I found 3, but here's number 2. Saturday in Monroe County, Shawnee on the Delaware, the Bike and Brew. Bike and Brew 2023 is a 16-mile loop bike ride starting and ending at the Shawnee Craft Brewery. You go out the McDade Trail, back in on River Road, which is closed for the event, and that doesn't happen often. And after the ride, enjoy some well-deserved craft brews, food, and music at the Shawnee Craft Brewery. It's a great time. Meet at the Craft Brewery Saturday by 9:30. Ride begins at 10. All abilities are welcome for what they describe as a moderately difficult ride. The Bike and Brew in Monroe County on Saturday. And if you're thinking, well, there you go. What's the third one, Prospector? Hold on, smart Alec. Sunday, Wayne County, Hawley, Wally Wine Fest, starting at noon. There are 2 sessions, noon to 2 or 3 to 5. Experience a fun-filled wine weekend in the Pocono Mountains. Enjoy wine tasting with small plates during one of those 2-hour sessions. There's live music, there's a marketplace, and a silent auction as well for Wally Wine Fest. All the details online at wallywinefest.com. There you have it. I told you. There are at least 3 cool things going on in Northeast PA this weekend. This is something my wife definitely has. It's an actual condition called misophonia. My wife, Tara, definitely has this. Last night, I'm eating a hoagie, mouth closed, across the room, and she shoots me a look like she saw my browser history. I'm like, what? She's like, that chewing. So we're going to get her on the phone, and we're going to let her know she's got a brain issue and see how she likes that.
Hello?
Tara, describe, like, last night I'm chewing a hoagie, and what happened?
I kept looking at you and saying, what are you doing?
Now, what's the deal here? Was my mouth agape?
No,
Then why are you looking at me when I'm chewing?
because I hate the sounds people make when they chew.
All right, because you have misophonia.
Yes.
Yeah, misophonia is an actual disease. They named it back in 2001. You've known this for a while, that there's a condition called misophonia, right?
Yes, I have.
Do you realize that researchers now think it's because of an actual problem with part of your frontal lobe?
I agree.
A genuine brain abnormality. You're abnormal.
Good.
But describe, like, when you hear somebody chewing or something like that, describe the feeling.
I get enraged when I hear people chewing. Especially a gum cracker. Oh, it's the worst.
A lot of researchers call it like a fight or flight reaction. Is that the kind of reaction you have in your body?
Yeah, I get very angry about it, yeah.
But it says that your difference lies in your emotional control mechanism that causes their brains to go into overdrive when hearing these sounds. So you have an actual brain abnormality. Is that a reassuring thing, or does that scare you more?
Oh, I'm not scared by it.
I'm scared by it every time I eat in front of you because I never know how I'm going to be treated.
We just have to always have music on or something.
Sometimes you can't control that. You go to a dinner party at somebody's house. Could you turn music on? I don't want to hear you people chewing. Can't do that. But here's the good news for you, Tara. Because it's a brain abnormality, maybe you can get a handicap sticker. We can park closer to stores.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. They've got to look on the bright side. All right. Listen, hopefully nobody cracks gum in your ear today. Try not to kill them if they do.
Okay.
There she is, my abnormal wife. If I ever wind up dead, look for a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and you'll know I was eating with the TV off.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
Buying shoes for growing kids is expensive. So a guy in India invented a new type of shoe for little kids that expands as their feet get bigger. The brand is called Urito, and each size can stretch to 2 additional sizes. He just launched the company last year, so they're only available in India for now, but business is booming, and it could help parents save a lot of money.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
The following rant may cause you to pull your hair out, scream at the radio, punch the dashboard. Complaints should be addressed to Loudmouth Yambag at rock107.com.
I hate 420. That's right. I hate 420, but I've got no problem with pot smoking and pot smokers. I treat pot the same way I treat booze. Moderation's cool. You need to burn one just to get to work in the morning. Well, that's an issue, just like somebody who needs to crank back a Jaeger bomb before breakfast. But moderate use, recreational use, yeah, all right, I'm fine with that. I also love the old 420 protest angle of it. Anything to pee all over the government trying to control our lives, I'm down for. But somewhere along the way, 420 has lost its meaning. Rather than organized protests, it's become lone losers toking away all day instead of getting work done. It went from a mass gathering of people smoking pot, daring the cops to arrest hundreds or thousands at once for something pretty innocuous, to kids skipping class and getting high because today's the day, man. If you're blowing off class or work to get stoned because of numbers on a calendar, you're missing the point. The 420 smokeouts in Denver accomplished something. Pot, now legal in Colorado. You and your buddies catching a buzz on your break, that ain't accomplishing lofty goals. You see the difference? So why do I hate 420? It's the childish attitude. It's the, hey man, it's 420. It's the Mr. Munchie's stoner doofus crap that I hate. Anyone over 15 with an article of clothing emblazoned with a pot leaf should be embarrassed. If you ever took the High Times Bud of the Month off the magazine and put it on your wall, you should be mortified. You want to get high? Feel free. You want to smoke every day? Hey, I think it's excessive, but this is America. However, that's not what 420 is about anymore. When 420 gets back to that, back to the protest meeting, call me because I'm in. When 420 goes back to being a giant middle finger to the U.S. drug policy, I'm right there with you. Until then, I'm giving every hemp shirt wearing, tie-dye sporting, unwashed hippie 420 wannabe Yambag a giant middle finger. I'm Prospector. I'm for the people. Who's with me? I gotta go crazy, man!
Ever see the crazy guy screaming at the wall outside the Times building?
Where does this rage come from, my son?
Tweet us with hashtag #IFoundProspector and we'll come and get him. Prospector, mornings on Rock 107.
Hey there, are Creighton.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yambag of the Week, as decided by you at rock107.com.
Here are the nominees. Nominee number 1.
Is there a song that you simply must sing along to, and if you don't get to, you're going to pull out a machete and run wild? A 39-year-old man in Florida named Travis Jordan was at a karaoke bar last Sunday, and for whatever reason, they denied his song request. It sounds like he sang one song, and he wanted to do another one, so maybe it was just somebody else's turn. I don't know. But in any event, this sent Travis into a rage, and he pulled out an 18-inch machete. Everybody was freaking out, but no one got hurt. The bar called police, and in the meantime, a woman talked him into handing her the knife. She gave it to a worker who hid it until cops arrived. Travis was charged with disorderly conduct.
Nominee number 2.
Drinking and driving is stupid, but drunk drivers have become stupider than ever this year. A 30-year-old man in Connecticut named Mason Heath crashed his car into the Plainfield Police Department's entrance sign on Monday afternoon last week. He was speeding and driving recklessly, and it's unclear if he was drunk, on drugs, or both, but he was charged with traveling too fast, failing to maintain the proper lane, and operating under the influence of drugs or alcohol. In the past 2 months, we've also seen an impaired driver crash into an impaired driving sign, and a drunk driver pulling over next to an officer who was arresting someone else for DUI to complain about the police car lights being too bright. So yeah, they're all getting dumber.
Nominee number 3.
Well, he cut out the middleman. A 21-year-old unidentified Texas motorist lost control of his Ford F-150 pickup around 7:30 a.m. on Saturday and crashed through an iron fence surrounding the local courthouse. He then drove through a second fence which protected an air conditioning unit, according to police. Although the suspect got out of his vehicle and ran, a good Samaritan caught up with him and detained him until cops arrived. Charges against the unidentified man, who was found to be carrying an unlawful weapon, are pending.
Nominee number 4.
A high point in questionable decision-making. This is the second story like this in less than a week. Zachary Pollock, a 28-year-old from Nevada, managed to turn a high-speed police chase into a crash landing right into the county sheriff's office. It all started when the police received a report of a stabbing at a residence. As officers were responding, they spotted Zachary making a quick getaway in a Ford pickup truck. And so began a thrilling chase with officers from 2 other agencies joining in on the action. Zach lost control of the pickup and careened straight into the front doors of the sheriff's office. Yeah, crashed right in the very place he was trying to avoid ending up. Pollock was promptly taken into custody and charged with 7 crimes, including eluding police, DUI, domestic violence with a deadly weapon, and assault with a deadly weapon.
And the winner is
the guy who pulled out a machete after his karaoke request was denied. Ain't no song worth singing that much. You're the Yambag of the Week. Stay tuned for all the nominees for Prospector's Yambag of the Day, weekday mornings right here on Rock 107. Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app. A free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.